Okay, so once we do the warm-up, how are we going to move into the essential questions?
Based on the warm-ups, when we were talking about polynomials and finding perfect squares, how can you use that prior knowledge into solving polynomials, higher level polynomials, when you deal with numbers who are greater than 100, not everyday numbers?
Right.
That'll get those young people to think about where is Miss Ward is taking us, Mrs. Ward is taking us. I'm looking at it when I taught. I looked at it as my students were blank sheets of paper, and it's my job, or a blank book. And it's my job to fill in those pages. So I have to think about what types of questions that will get those wheels to start turning.
Right.
Based on their answers, I know if I can use that the next essential question, because sometimes some lessons have more than one essential question. Sometimes some lessons might have 2 or 3, depending on how many topics that you're trying to cover within that.
Right. And I know on this one we have, trying to get them to think about the patterns, for the special polynomials, and being able to identify the patterns between the signs, like with the difference of squares. And then using that as almost like a shortcut. Like, you don't want them to have a shortcut, but that does make it easier than using the FOIL method if you know that it is that special polynomial.
You can think about it as, because some polynomials, when you have a leading coefficient, sometimes special when you have two, where you have a leading coefficient that is not a perfect square, then that gets that student to start thinking outside of the box. What are the factors? How can I factor this? So not only I have to find that first the A term, I also have to find 2 numbers when multiplied. First, I have to multiply and then add them together. That will give me the B term.
Right.
That's normally the tricky part, because a lot of times students will get confused and will not know which direction to go in. So sometimes you have to throw, I call it a monkey wrench, so that will get those juices flowing.
Okay. Now, how are we going to kind of tie in the warm-up questions that we had? Like, this one is a special polynomial,